All right, here we have the Rock City News, March 3rd issue. There you go, right there. Pretty Boy Floyd on the cover. So it's the Pretty Boy Floyd issue. And there you go. And I'm going to show you all the pages, and I'm doing that for all the magazines from this era. So check back for, I have a bunch of them up already, so check those out. All right, here we go. And I go slow enough to where you can actually pause it and read it, and it's clear enough to where you can actually see what happened, who played where in these little smaller names, with no photo at all. Okay, there's a White Boy Stomp. All right. And I'm singling out the bands. I'm trying to pronounce that. Siseka. Skieka. There you go. If you're in that band and you see this, let me know how it's pronounced phonetically, if I got it right. And right here, I'm sorry. Astaroth. And that's at the Roxy, Monopoly, Cast of Thousands, Al Risha. Okay. After Dark Productions. This is right there is the Novozo gym, I just realized. Boom. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even see that. And that is wait. Lunatic Fringe, I guess. Lunatic Fringe. There's the whole thing. I know it's not Rings of Saturn. Okay. Well, anyways, my name is Keith Kessinger, and I played in the bands Dirty Tricks, Imagine World Peace, The X-Idols, and I think I skipped the page. No, that's right. The X-Idols and S is for Space. And here we go. And one of my favorite things to do was look at these magazines when I came back from the clubs and would look at them all week long until it was time to go play or flyer again or whatever. All right, so let's isolate this. Skyfire. And I'm trying to show you it. This is what I do is an in-depth documentary on the Sunset Strip. So in-depth that it's this in-depth. Tempest. I'll isolate these and make little shorts. And if I can't find their music, I'll ask for their music. Tell them to upload it. Oh yeah. Mistress. Canyon. China White. Here we go. China White. And that was at Gazzari's Thursday. After Dark Productions again. All this is Gazzari's again. Okay, so Blind Assassin. Blind Assassin. All right, here we go. Unleashed. All right, what does that say? What does that say? I see Cry in there. On? On Cry? What? On Cry? All right, that's the best I could do with that. Let me know if you are in that band. Presence and Anthem. All right, Gazzari's. Friday. This is 1989. And here's Rat and Britney Fox. Okay, there we go. You see what was going on at the time. KNAC. When I moved up to LA from San Diego, I was completely enamored with the fact that they had KNAC. I could not believe it, because in San Diego, the rock station would have like metal shop only on Sundays for 3 hours, Sunday night. And otherwise it'd be like Springsteen and Fleetwood Mac, which I love that stuff a lot. But they definitely weren't playing like really Guns N' Roses or Lizzie Borden. All right, so let me isolate this before I go on. Kane. Kane. Step aside, glam queens. You got Kane. At the world famous Whiskey A Go Go, Louis the Lip. All right, and Elliot. Right, this is all one show. Let me see, where's the date at? I'm looking through the phone to find it. Oh, Whiskey No Boat. Okay, so it is one show. The 17th, St. Patrick's Day. There it is. Gung Ho. This is something up here. Billionaire, King of the Hill, every Tuesday evening, King of the Hill. Gung Ho. Mickey Sleaze. Yeah. Cool. Here we go here. Overall, like I said, overall, and the page itself. Thieves and Lovers. Thieves and Lovers. Irrelevant Rituals. Let me see how, I'd like to see what that was. Irrelevant. In Sync. The Ploy. Can you imagine if it was In Sync? This is 89, so I guess it couldn't be. All right, so there you go, Creature. I've done videos on Creature before. There you go. And I even played a show with them, and I talked about it in that context at the Red Light District in 1990, right the night before Halloween. So it was a Halloween show, technically, in a way. Or that's how it was treated. All right, so both of them at the same time. All right, there you go. And here we got NRG. Boom. NRG. Fire. Fire. Tomorrow's Child. Now, I saw Tomorrow's Child in San Diego, and they were amazing. I even went to their after party. I said that in a different issue, on the last issue or something. Spinks in Cairo. Okay, Lunatic Fringe. Rain on Fire. I remember that band name. Rain on Fire. I like that photo. And the new super band with members of Bang Tango, LA Guns. A new super band. They don't say the name. Okay, I had to ponder that. Little Caesar. As I'm sure if you're looking at this, you know who these bands are. Black Cherry. Bang Tango. Triangle. There you go. Wow. I owned this, by the way, this cassette, Street Survivor collection. Yeah. Yeah, this was it. And that's how I knew who Black Cherry Devil in You. That's how I found out about him first. I had seen Bang Tango in San Diego at Rio's again in 88. And I think it was 88. And here we go. There he is. There he is, the man. All right, cool. All right, very cool. The G spot. All right, there we go. And I'll let you be able to read it. So I'm gonna scroll down so you can read the whole thing if you pause it. Here we go. So all the words are clear and you can just make it bigger, you know, with your phones. There we go. All right. So Demal's, let's get an overall shot of that. Wow. That's very cool. And 89 is the year that I came out to LA and hooked up with the drummer and bass player of Dirty Tricks at the end of that year. December, I believe, or November maybe. Tricks. Wow. That was the original look. It doesn't even look like that. Wait a minute. Huh. Sister Shotgun. Okay. GG Gangster. Bang Gang. And I remember meeting Scotty with Theodore from Imagine World Peace. Took me there to ask him what equipment he used because he liked his sound. And it was a Mesa Boogie. And I ended up getting a Mesa Boogie. He had a 3 and I got the Mark IV and I didn't like it. Ended up getting stolen though out of my car in downtown LA when I lived in downtown LA. In the 90s. Here we go. Armed and Dangerous. Now, they played my All-Star Jam that I just did on October 18th of 2024 at the Viper Room. And they drew a ton of people, actually. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I appreciate that. All right. There they are. And then, what is that? Metal that splatters. The War Zone meets the Romper Room. Armed and Dangerous. There you go. Flock of Seagulls. Okay. Shing. Let's get in here real quick. Okay, Fighter. Oh no, I'm sorry. Shame. That's Shame. And then they're playing with Fighter, Seventh Heaven, which I think I did a thing on. Young Guns, I did a thing on. Hot Dogs. Badmouth with Sam Mann. Trapper, Eye to Eye, Bang Gang. Oh, very cool. World War III. DV8. Extra, Extra, Bang Gang. Wait. What times was Bang Gang playing? All right. Oh, Christian Nesmith. He recorded Off featuring Christian Nesmith. He recorded our Imagine One Piece demo for I Like You and a bunch of songs. I Want to Be With You, but we can't find that one. We can't find that song. Madam Wong's Eurogression, Astronauts, Woodpeckers. Okay, Tyson. Okay, you get the idea. I'll just show you the whole page and you could pause it. That way I'm not here all day long. But you can be. And like I said, enlarging it. Junkyard. Oh, the singer died today, I just read. Today, David Roach. I mean, that's when I found out today. I saw. Okay, Metal Church. I like Junkyard a lot too. That's my kind of rock. All right, so here we go. Ruben Blue. Now that's the owner of this magazine, and he does the photos. So there you go, Ruben Blue. There's his prices, and I'm sure he still does it to this day. Wow, look at all the bands he worked with. All right, so let's see here. So if there's a picture of you in the Rock City News playing live, they were always him. I believe no one ever did do the photography for Rock City News, only him, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think I am. All right, there you go. There's that page. True Faith Club Lingerie. It was like the underground club, I was told when I got there. Revenge. He ain't no fucking drama. Okay, Rings of Saturn. Now the singer came out and did my jam as well in October of 24, and very talented. You see Centerfold, and this is at the Waters Club. KNC Night. It looks like sponsored. So that's what would bring people out, is because they'd be talking about it on the radio, come out, and then they might play your song, or like 15 or 30 seconds of your song. That happened when I did one with when I was in Imaginable Peace. It was on the radio because we did a show with John Corabi's band, The Scream. And it was KNC Night. Enticer, there we go. I did a video on them. Very cool. Let's see. Guillotine. I say guillotine. Guillotine, you tell me how you guys pronounce it if you see this. Again, the Waters Club proudly presents. Okay, so Dissenter. Ticketmaster. Caxax. 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 There you go. That's in San Pedro. Now, I never been there, and I actually was in San Pedro a lot, but a little bit later in the 90s. I say in 93. Let's see here, too. All right, so right here we got Bite the Bullet Profile, and this is them answering questions. There we go, right there. Yeah, let's get a whole thing here. White Boy Stomp over there. Shot Howard. All right, but let's get it close so you can focus in on what they said. So this is them. And this, so you're doing what we would do. If you're looking at my video, we would basically get these magazines. And like I said, I'm having fun with these magazines because I haven't looked at them either. So and this one I've never even seen because it's before this is in 89, the year I came out, but before I came out. So I didn't see this. So and I haven't looked through it either, not like this. And I'll watch the video too when I'm done and get a real good look, because I will pause it like I'm suggesting that if you want to, you can. Oh, here we go. All right, so, I did do that already, sorry. And then over here, Mascara. Mascara? Mascara. Oh, I get it. Mascara. The new kids in town that don't fuck around. coming on you hard. All right, lickety split. I did videos on them too. So the ones that I haven't done videos on, Screaming Mimi, I intend to. Trust me. Whether I isolate this moment because I can't find their songs on here on YouTube, for instance, or wherever I'm looking, and I might make a video just saying, "Hey, send me a link, guys, if you see this." And that's how thorough that my documentary show is. Like I'm actually going through every little bit of everything. Every single band there'll be something on them. All right, so I forgot to say Fire and Steel. Marty Friedman and Jason Becker of Cacophony. Fire and Steel. I didn't even hear that. All right, so a Metal Fang. Oh, I remember this. Metal Fang. Cauldron. Rockin' Horse. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Mars' band was called Rockin' Horse. That could be the same guys. Oh no, my phone says it's getting hot. Hopefully it didn't cut it off, because usually when it says that, that means this thing's over. So I'm gonna go faster. Here's Funhouse. And let me see here. Actually, hold on one second, I'm gonna turn the air on. There we go. All right, I'm coming back. Boom. Hopefully this will cool down my phone. It gets cold in here quick too. All right, so Plastic Cadillac. Live with Celebrity Skin. Checks. The Roxy. Wow. The Zeros. Oh, here we go. The Zeros. Okay. I've done many videos on the Zeros, and particularly Joe Normal and his current stuff. I got a CD and I do reviews of it. And there goes their answers. So go ahead and focus in on that. All right. And like I said, my phone's hot, so I'm going to try to go faster. All right, so this is, okay. Celeste's Connections. There's that. There's a Wanted. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, so Mecca, direct from New York. So a lot of the bands weren't local bands. They're playing the Hollywood scene, and but they're not. But they're just playing it once, or that sort of thing. Or then there's a bunch of bands from Orange County who consider themselves Orange County bands that play in LA a little bit, and it's hard to tell which is which until you find it on YouTube and someone says something about it. All right, so White Boy Stomp. Let's get back to this. White Boy Stomp. And I just showed you everything. Like I said, you could pause it. All right, Ultra Pop. There you go. All right. Okay, there's that cassette that I had, Metal Blades Records, Street Survivors. See, that's the kind of stuff right there. If you don't go to, if you're not, what's the next best thing to actually going to the clubs is getting the cassettes. Like of course, right? You see that in the store. You're like, whoa. And or these magazines, and these ones are free, so Oh yeah, so this is just a bunch of. I wasn't even sure what I was looking at. Oh, this is oh yeah. So that was Tommy Gun at the Troubadour. Let's get that real quick. Tommy Gun at the Troubadour. All right. Let's go back over here. Computers, isn't that funny? Before any of us were even messing with them, really. Okay. Seventh son of a seventh son, Billy the Kid, I see that. And his papa was a Rolling Stone. What is this? Camp Hollywood. All right, so you get the idea. Like I said, pause it. Mystery Girl, Five Guns West, Love Razors, Saigon Saloon. Wow. Cats and Dogs. Get all this. Crystal Pistol, yeah. I've said this before, but once in one of these sort of things. I met the singer of Crystal Pistol, and he was dressed doing a Billy Idol impersonation at a backyard birthday party, and I was dressed as Prince in an 80s tribute band. And I have to say, he nailed Billy Idol so much. He had all the mannerisms down. And I said, man, you were really great at that. He goes, bro, I practiced that way too much. So, Street Survivors, LA's top 10 makers top 10 make their vinyl debut. No, I don't even know what they're referring to. Is that really the cassette I was talking to? I thought there was only 4 songs on that thing. I had a 4-song thing. I think it was 4-song thing. It's the EP. All right. But like I said, I'm gonna read this, watch the video just like you guys after I'm done. Then I'll be able to take a stronger look at everything. Oh, let me go back to that. Celebrity Skin. I want to actually focus in on the unknown bands, although that was not one of them. Dragon Ball Celebrities. Okay. Wow. Screamin' Jay Hawkins and Raji J. Dobbs. Wow. Raji. That's amazing. So that's Raji? You know, I didn't even know that. So see, you learned something. I played there, but I didn't know that there was a guy named Raji. And if there was, I wouldn't know that he was still alive or whatever. And hanging out with the original Alice Cooper right there. That's where Alice Cooper got his stuff. All right, Taz. Paradise. Lip Switch, who I jammed with. I mention these things because you might not look at the other issues. Well, although I do think people will. Because if it was me, I would look at every issue to see which ones I was in. Because I know I was in them somewhat regularly. At one point. During these years. Or not, well, this is not this year. Because I just got there, like I said. Or I wasn't even there yet during this magazine. But... And that way you know which ones you can buy off of eBay without going, well, I don't even know which ones I'm in. I wish someone would show me the pages. Here you go. You're welcome. All right, so this Nazi bitch, cheap and nasty. Stars from Mars at the Waters. Wow. Cooking a teaser. There it is. The reviews. Oh, let me get this a little bit more. Coconut teaser. Taz, I see there. Vandals. Look at all that. Unforgiven. Moon Proof God. I'm just glancing through. I'll see it, like I said, I'll see it more when I'm done. Zeros. Tragic Romance. But like I said, these other bands, if I haven't heard all of them. So I'm glad YouTube has stuff up But again, a lot of these bands, I can't find them even though I type their band name in. All right, here we go. Let me show you this whole page, and we're getting close to the end of this issue. 30-minute video. There you go. And who's in? Okay, so it's the Pretty Boy Floyd guys. Gazaris. Alright, getting in the photos. There we go. Oh yeah. Celebrity Skin. So of course, when Courtney Love had an album called that, it was very obvious, you know, to me anyways, where they got it from. I guess I could be wrong, and maybe they both got it from some different source. Like there's a movie, cult movie or something like that called that, but that I'm not aware of. All right, here we go. New Tribe and Revenge at the Roxy. Wow. All right, so let's get in on there. And there that is. Vane. Wow, that's cool. Yep. Let's get in. He ain't no fucking drummer. He ain't no fucking on his bass drum. Somebody must have said that about him or something. Let's see. All right, so this is Hardly Dangerous. Am I wrong about that? Yeah. Hardly Dangerous. Athena Lee on drums. Tommy Lee's sister. Hardly Dangerous. I've done some guitar lesson videos for 2 of their songs. And we're almost done here. And then, you gotta bear with me trying to get my fingers. I don't want to tear it. It's very, very old. 35 years or so. 36 years, actually. 36-year-old magazine. Think about that. I came at the year I finished school. So think about that. All right, so here we go. Lunatic Fringe, Black Cherry, and Love Hate. Here we go. Bass Doll. Alright. The Zeros, Brat, Signet, and Gigi Gangster at the Roxy. There, so you can read all that. How cool. Joe Normal's still putting out tons of music as a singer-songwriter. Must check out. Find him on Facebook or on YouTube and all that stuff. Or look at my reviews. I'm listening to his stuff in my car and riding around if you want. Check that out. All right, so we got here Jailhouse, Dream, Krager, White, Caxax. All right. And so you can read it all. There you go. And like I said, scroll in. Pause and scroll in to read. I really could go faster because of that, but... Okay, so there's Risque. Or Risk. Risk. I say risque. Isn't it risque? I've always said that in my brain. Let's see. Let me know, guys. All right, so there, what's this? Okay. Razzle dazzle. Oh, warrant. Okay. And we'll scroll down so you can read all this. Pause it. Right here. If you read all this, if you pause it. Oh yeah, start up here. I can't tell what's going on when I do that from the bottom. Bullet Boys, Jerry Gittleson, Tough, Bullet Boys, Demals. Let's go grab all this. Tough, Bullet Boys, Demals, Lizzie Valentine Demals. Give you a tough backstage decor. So you get a vibe. You get people at home. What's like backstage? Well, that's Tough's backstage photo style, anyways. All right, so Taz, Paradise, the Gangbang, Shock, Rated X, Friction Addiction. One of the first band names I noticed when I went out there. Taz was one of them, but Friction Addiction I remember just immediately noticing. When I was, okay, so there's all the bands. Like I said, you can zoom in. Billy, there's I'll go like that real quick. There's a lot of photos on this page. And over here, Tomorrow's Child, Rain on Fire, Carrera Liar at the Troubadour, Flesh and Blood at the Roxy. All right, so let's get the photos first. Oh, that's Sam and the singer of Bang Gang. Shock Rod. Zoo Station. Rick Lear, Zoo Station. Melanie and Susan Gray's reviews. There you go. Boom. And then let's get closer to this one real quick. There we go. Miss Gazzari's Dancer. There you go. Oh, it is. I guess. All right, there's the Harley Dangerous ladies right here. Sammy Serious from the Zeros. And here is, oh wait, let's get this side real quick. There we go. Paradise, Zero, Revenge, all right. And then here's the overall. And this is how you really know who was playing where. And I'll show you. There you go. And really you need like the LA Weekly and BAM Magazine shows you other clubs that this one doesn't. So, but this gives you a good chunk of knowing what was going on. Although I don't see no Cafe Largo, and that was like a big thing that I was into at the time. was like wild colonials and all that stuff. But on Fairfax, and that's not in here. So let's see here. So there is some stuff that's not in here. That's to me very relevant. Okay. There's Adam from Paradise. I'm gonna go slow so you could read Bobby O's talk on this. All right. Make sure I get all his words. There you go. Even in one shot. And I don't know what that is. Bad mouth. That's a salmon, I believe, right? Said. There you go. I guess it's before Sandman and the Apes. So I didn't even realize. I'm learning something too. See, the thing is what I'm taking is a documentary show, and I'm like going on the hunt for this stuff. I'm just taking you with me because we all know a lot of stuff, but now you're watching me try to actually extract stuff. So I'll make videos, like I said, of these and put these bands' names and say, if I can't find their music, ask them to upload it or contact me, send me a link or something. You know, get everyone can know. Like excavation. And if you think, well, no one would do such a thing, that's true. No, almost no one would. And there you go. Stay tuned for a hell of a lot more of these.